Have you all seen prisoners? Not just one or two prisoners. This is sometimes around 10 to 15 prisoners are tied to each and every one, and they all have to walk together. They all have to walk at the same speed because each and every one is tied to each other by a chain, so they can't run away. So that's a punishment which prisoners get. So one day the Buddha saw some prisoners like this who's been taken to the courts. Then the Buddha asked the monks, "Dear bhikkhus, what do you think about those prisoners? What do you think about that bondage? Because they have been tied to each and every one, around 10. Then the monks said, "The Blessed One, that bondage is very strong. It's hard to break. It's hard to get away from that bondage. It's hard to get rid. It's hard to run away from that bondage. It's hard to break that bondage." So the Buddha said, "Dear bhikkhus, that bondage is not that strong. That bondage is not that strong. But if there is a bondage, if a man has a bondage towards woman, if a woman has bondage towards a man, if parents have bondage towards their children, if people have bondages towards their belongings, towards their houses, lands, properties, and their status, to their clothes, to their loved ones, and also if they are bonded to the way of living and for the needs they need in their life, when they are bonded like that, those bondages causes suffering. Because when we are bonded to something, remember, we have a lot of expectations in life. We expect a lot. We expect always positive things from them and not negative things. So when people are bonded like this to the world, what happens? If they are bonded to 100 things, 100 sufferings. Why? Though it is 100 things, it can be a lot of things, but all these things are subject to change. They are changing always. So remember, the bondage those prisoners are going through is not strong, but then the bondage that we have towards each other, the mental attachment, is causing us more suffering, though we are not prisoners. Therefore, don't become prisoners as human beings when you have the freedom to be detached. Namo Buddhaya. 𝐾𝐿 𝙤𝙣𝙩𝙗